Good afternoon,
Good evening.
or whatever time you're listening.
And you're listening to...
Listen very carefully. The podcast for people who love all things Allo Allo.
So, let's begin.
I'm Kim Hartman, and I played the part of Helga.
I'm Guy Siner, and I played Lieutenant Gruber.
And I am Richard Gibson, and I played Herr Flick.
I think it's your turn.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Well, exciting.
Series 2, episode 19, Puddings Can Go Off.
Right, so he said that, so I'm just going to do the clap.
And just for luck, we'll do one on the other camera. There we go.
Right, well, that episode was fizzing with content.
Yes, it
wasn't
was, wasn't it? It was a jolly good one.
Huge fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, you get some episodes, like we were talking about, where they spin it out.
Yes.
But this one was so packed, they only had time for Monsieur Leclerc to come into the cafe and be ejected, and you never saw him again.
Without him. Oh! That was it. That was all he said.
His only line. If he hadn't done that, he wouldn't have been paid, would he?
But he had a new costume.
Yes, because he was dressed as a pudding seller, wasn't he? An exploding pudding seller. A Christmas pudding seller.
It's ridiculous.
But he didn't get to say, I am an exploding pudding seller. Who would like to buy my exploding puddings? He never got to say any of that.
Impression number one.
Out of the way.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
And Kirsten, Michelle of the Resistance, was on cracking.
Wasn't she on
She was
cracking form?
so pacey, wasn't she, when she came
Yes.
on? She really had that sense of urgency that David Croft was always telling us we should have.
And for some reason, I don't know why, but I thought she looked absolutely beautiful this week.
She always looks beautiful.
Yeah, but something about her makeup, the way she was, it was the disguise, I suppose.
Ah, well, we were saying,
She
weren't
just
we,
looked
in the
gorgeous.
last podcast, that we felt that there a different makeup lady
Yes.
for the girls, or bald chap maybe.
That's right, because we talked about the curly hair suddenly appearing.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Does
of course
it
she
say
was
on
in
the
that
credits at the
sorry,
end?
she was in that disguise, wasn't she? So
Yes.
disguised as a builder.
That's right, with a tattoo. Did you notice she
Yes.
had a tattoo?
I thought for an awful moment, because it was a red tattoo and she just smashed the window.
Yes.
And I thought for a terrible moment, gosh, did she cut herself? And then I realised it was actually a tattoo.
And she got dangerously close. She went to put her head outside. No, don't go to...
But wasn't that so typical of this show and of these writers? You know, I'll say I've come to repair your window, but the window isn't broken. Smash.
And it was also, they left you enough time to think it's going to happen.
Yes.
Yes.
And she just went over to the table, picked up everything, and she really did it with gusto.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of the scene, she was treading on glass.
Treading on glass and tapping more little bits out from the
crunching
side
under
of the
her
frame.
feet.
And then she had one of her fits. She had one of her hissies.
Yes.
And then she had to have a little hug from Edith.
From Edith, yes.
Oh, God, it was...
Yeah, it's lovely. And I love the Colonel soaking his feet.
Yes.
Isn't it,
His
with
bunions.
Yes, with his German boots being very uncomfortable.
Yes. They did have to bring in a faggots for breakfast joke.
They did. They did.
Oh, dear.
And Gruber's reaction was they're barbarians, the English. They eat faggots for breakfast.
Yes.
Barbarian. But when those stories gallop along, there's a lot of anticipating moments when you can see that the joke is coming up. Because they had the
Yes.
bowl, and you were told to hide the bowl, so you put it on the chair, and you think anything that goes on a chair...
Who's going to sit on that? Yes.
Anything on a chair is going to get sat on, isn't
What
it?
authority figure is
Yeah.
going to find himself sitting in a bowl of hot water?
Yes.
Now, do you know something that just crossed my mind? I wonder, because it was so energetic and bright and lively and everyone was, had we had a little break? Because I have a feeling we had a sort of 2-week break in the
Can I
middle of the
make an observation? You seemed quite tanned, and I don't think this was to do with the new makeup person.
No, you're absolutely right. That's what makes me wonder if we just had a little break and all sort of shot off somewhere for a
You'd
for a
just
quick
come back
holiday.
from a glamorous holiday
Yeah.
somewhere in the sun.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
could well be.
I remember because all that stuff in the bell tower was actually on location.
Yes, it was.
And that was in Norfolk, because later, which we're not allowed to talk about, you actually see the outside of it as well. And it was high summer.
there'll be a fine for that if you mention it again.
Okay, I'll try not to do it.
But yes, I think there was something about everyone just seemed so bright and sprauncy, and I think we'd all been...
Bright and what?
Sprauncy.
Did you just say sprauncy?
Yes.
What kind of a word is that?
It's a
nice
wonderful word.
It's a sort of... It's a sprauncy.
It's a gay word, as one would have said in the old days.
It's very 60s, I suppose, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
Sprauncy. Oh, I like your
I-
bell-bottoms. They're very sprauncy.
Oh, I think it might be, yes, my mother's expression.
Even longer
actually.
ago.
So,
yes.
even longer, yeah.
I loved the fact that you had this long phone conversation with
Yes, mein
with
Führer.
Mein Führer, and it turned out it was your mum who you referred to as Mein Führer.
Yes.
I loved that.
And checking that my underwear fitted.
Yes, your knitted woolly underwear
That's right.
was a snug fit.
Yes. But with things like that, you have to play it as if I'm talking to the real Führer.
course.
It only works, doesn't it?
Yes.
I thought it was, I thought that was the joke, was that, you repeated Mein Führer so much in the conversation. I thought the joke was von Smallhausen saying, was that Mein Führer? Was
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
what? I thought that was it, but no, they
Yes.
topped the joke by turning
Yes.
out it wasn't Mein Führer at all, but it was your mother.
I seem to remember we were speculating about what Herr Flick's mother would look like. And we decided it was a sort of Sheila Hancock in glasses.
Oh,
Really? I don't remember that.
no, I don't
No,
know.
when we were in the
Yes.
studio, when we were working on it, just for the fun of it, we were saying, what would Herr Flick's mother be like?
Yes.
And quite sort of tight-lipped, I think, and quite severe. A bit Miss Hannigan, wouldn't she?
Yes, and she probably would have had the sort of the earphones
Yes.
with the hair,
Yes.
over the ears.
Yeah.
I have a question on that scene.
Run by me this question.
Was the map supposed to fall off the wall?
Do you know, I thought of that.
If it wasn't supposed to happen, then all I can say is congratulations, Angela Beveridge, because she made a beautiful cut to Jean-Louis Mancy as von Smallhausen giggling, and it was perfect. Probably because there was no reason for him to react to you pointing
Yes.
to the map at
But
that
if
point.
the map did fall off the wall, you made it happen deliberately. Congratulations to you, because you did it so well. It really looked
yeah.
like an accident.
Well, it was a bit fumbly at the beginning, and I think I was having to be very careful with the map.
I think it was a mistake.
When I went to pull it down, and I think John Louis Mancy's reaction looked like something that was in the script.
Yes,
And because he was so nervous, he
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have done that.
No.
I'm guessing.
but it was beautifully picked up by the cut.
As far as I remember, I don't remember anything.
No.
As far as you remember, you don't
Yeah.
remember anything.
But I did notice at the beginning with pulling it down, there was a sort of little bit of fumble, and I think I was having to be very careful not to pull it off the wall then.
Right. So it was designed to be pulled off the
I
wall.
think so.
Yes.
Oh,
I
right.
think so.
Oh, in that case.
Yeah.
And
That was
because-
sort of would have fitted better with the script, actually. I can't remember what you were saying at the time, but it was,
make a
something
hash
that
of it.
sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and of course, because he always makes a hash of everything. But yeah, he was pointing out that the map was where his observation point looking into the pantry
Yes.
from the bell tower.
I mean, the only other possibility because John Louis Mancy was so nervous, I don't think he would have done that. But it may be that because it fell down, they had to stop, and they said, why didn't we just leave it in and do a reaction on von Smallhausen? That's the kind of thing that could happen.
Yeah.
And of course, the studio audience loves anything like that
Yeah.
that goes
It
wrong.
looks like it was a mistake. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that
that's-
would sort of make sense because it goes back to David not ever wanting to do a retake anyway. So in that case, he wouldn't have to do a retake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This October, we will be appearing live in our Listen Very Carefully stage show
In Guildford?
of Salford.
and Shrewsbury.
For booking details, go to fane.co.uk.
That's F for Fanny
A for Alphonse,
N for Nouvion.
and E for Engelbert.
I've got a line here which I thought was very funny, but I can't remember. Oh, I know. It was General von Klinkhofen who said the Führer had been very angry, and somebody said, did he eat the carpet?
Me, Gruber.
And he said no, but he did a lot of no good to a reproduction of the Bayeux tapestry, which was just so stupid and a lot of no good. It was just such a wonderful expression.
Chewing away at the
You could
tapestry.
imagine this demented little Hitler having a
Chewing,
hideous
chewing the Bayeux tapestry.
Yeah.
You know who I thought was absolutely lovely? Phoebe.
Phoebe Schofield,
One
who
assuming
played one
Phoebe
of the...
Schofield, who played Henriette, was she?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
ask you.
Yeah, Henriette. And she came in apparently pregnant and
Into the cafe.
into the cafe and looked absolutely wonderful and was so convincing as the pregnant girlfriend of Renée. And then all her friends came in with the same, looking exactly the same. All of them, of course, having exploding Christmas puddings hidden
Yes.
under their Macintoshes.
And Crabtree had said, I have a pair of exploding puddings for you. And Renée had said to him, are they hidden down your trousers? And Crabtree said, don't be ridiculous. And opened up his jacket and they were hidden there, which was just as ridiculous as them being in his trousers.
Yes. With hilly on.
With, yes, be careful of the hilly.
Hilly.
Be careful of the hilly.
It's broccoli.
I want to ask you a question. Was Carmen Silvera actually tone deaf?
No.
No.
Because I have occasionally run into people who are completely tone deaf and they can't hit a note. They can't recognise the difference between one note and another. So we never really got to the bottom of it, did we?
No, I think she knew exactly what she was doing.
Could she have sung in tune
Yes.
had she wanted to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, well that answers my question.
I'm
then,
sure
doesn't
she
it?
could. I'm sure she could.
Let's have a commercial break then. You've answered my question.
The reason I think that is because she used to be a bit of an art dancer, didn't she, and a hoofer, and you just sort of feel
Doesn't mean
if
she
you
can
dance,
sing.
you can sing. But if you do it professionally, you sort of sing and dance, don't you?
No,
Not
not
if you're
necessarily.
Not if you're a Bluebell girl. Her legs weren't quite long enough for
And
that.
not if you're Margot Fontaine, I suppose, either.
Yeah,
She
she
would
didn't
have
do a
been
lot of singing,
ridiculous
did
singing.
she?
It's just an interesting one because I'm always puzzled by people who simply can't. They can't sing in tune, and yet when people speak, there is a cadence to the voice. There are notes in the voice, and people who are tone deaf can hear the notes in other people speaking, and they can express in speech, but somewhere. So I don't believe anyone is actually tone deaf. I don't believe. I think anybody can be taught to sing a melody. Peasants, this is a good one. If anybody here is a singing teacher, have you ever been able to teach somebody how to find a note if they haven't been able to before? In fact, now I think about it, one of my kids couldn't sing in tune at all, and we just thought he was going to be tone deaf, and then one day found it. But it was a question of going, go like this, ah, and you go, no, a bit higher up, ah. So maybe it's a thing, if people aren't encouraged to sing from an early age,
Maybe.
they just don't have or they don't believe they can find it. An interesting topic of conversation to our peasants.
It is, and we've spoken before, haven't we, about Rose Hill, who was a professional singer and one of the best in her day, and who could sing just off the note,
Yes.
and indeed made a recording where she did exactly that.
That's right.
And that is a real. It takes a real professional to do that.
Yeah.
To be just like a half a tone or a quarter of a tone
Yes.
off the note. That is difficult.
And like Les Dawson playing the piano badly.
Yes.
We've talked, and what's worse, we've talked about this before, haven't we? Yeah. I hate it when she does that.
I do too, especially when she does that about somebody who is so wonderful.
Shall we get even with her? Shall we
I'm not
punish?
talking about somebody. I'm snoring at you two. No, you think you're so wonderful.
No, Les Dawson was
Oh
wonderful.
no, I think Les Dawson's wonderful. Very funny.
She just
Yeah.
thinks
You're snoring at
we're
me,
boring.
but I'm
just
being
snoring
boring
at the pair of you
about Rose Hill.
going on about the singing.
Oh, right. Well, what have you got
Yeah.
to say about
I
this episode
haven't.
that is more interesting?
I haven't.
All right, say something interesting.
I will say something interesting, a line that made me laugh
No,
a
let
great
her do
deal.
it first.
Oh, sorry.
Make her do it first.
Make her do it.
Well,
Say
I
something
just want to
interesting.
jump ahead and talk about when you came out from behind the screen, when Helga said, "What are you doing behind the screen?" And you said you're getting changed, and I think Helga thought, "Oh, there's going to be another kinky moment." and you came out disguised as a monk,
Looking
with a
ridiculous.
a sort of wonderful blonde wig with very
Tonsure.
With a
sweet
fringe. Yes.
I thought it made you look about 12 years old.
Indeed, and no tonsure, which I thought was a shame.
Well, you couldn't really see it. No, the tonsure was there.
Oh,
Was
was
it?
it there?
Yeah.
No,
I missed
it.
Because if there was, I
There
just
was a
thought you
tonsure.
looked.
Oh, there was. I missed that, obviously.
Oh, I thought you looked more like a choir boy without the top. That's how it appeared to me.
He
anyway.
did look like a choir boy, but then he still does.
But a lot of monks in films have that hairstyle, and you think they must have got the curling
Curling
tongs
tongs,
together, because
yes.
makeup had to do that to make it look right.
Yeah, but lovely.
But I'd forgotten what was coming up, so I thought there's going to be fishnets, and I was quite looking forward to von Smallhausen in
In
fishnets.
fishnets. It didn't happen.
And
No.
yes, no, he just came out with wings on and a halo.
Tinsel.
And then at the end of the scene, when Helga looks up in the bell tower and says, "What are you doing up there in the darkness?" And you said, "I'm suspended by the clappers."
Yes,
I
right.
loved that.
That was a
Yes.
bit later on. That was the next scene, though.
Oh,
that
is it?
That was
Oh,
in
sorry.
the church when you'd actually.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, yes. At
Fine.
the end of that sequence, if
Fine.
you like.
Now, you said you were going to say something interesting.
That was what I was going to say, that I particularly liked you saying that line.
It's painful. We were actually on flying wires for that bit, and it's high in a bell tower. But they put this sort of leather. It's like a leather jockstrap with a line going. It's bloody painful.
Yes, I know. It's painful for girls too.
Is
though.
that is that a Kirby wire? What they call a Kirby
Yes.
a Kirby harness.
Yes, but they don't make it out of neoprene. Like they probably do now. But in those days, they were hard leather, like saddle leather.
I was. I've just remembered I was in a pantomime once. It was in the days when girls played the boys.
Oh yes.
So in this
The
pantomime,
way you were Aladdin or something, or Peter Pan, or
yeah, that's just what I was going to say. I was Aladdin.
oh, you were Aladdin.
In Aladdin, and this one particular performance, I rubbed. I can't remember. It was the genie of the ring. So I rubbed the ring to make him appear, and he flew. He had to fly, so he was in his harness, and he was waiting up in the grid, miles up above the stage, and he came down as he had done for 20 performances before this, and was going to do for 40 performances afterwards. And something got caught somewhere on the way down, and he was left suspended. And all you could see from the stalls, and I don't know about the dress circle, I don't think they could see him at all, but all you could see from the stalls was two little thin legs with these curly slippers. Well, I was, and of course he couldn't come down and grant my wish. And I was, you can imagine, crying with laughter and trying not to. But luckily the whole audience were crying with laughter as well, because whoever it was who was trying to fly him in obviously took him out a little bit so his feet disappeared. And then he came
Brought
back
him in
and
again.
stopped again at exactly the same place. It was the funniest thing.
And then did he have to walk down the stairs from the flies and enter stage right?
No,
or
I
something?
don't think so. I think we managed. He did it vocally, and we, carried on with the scene, and it went on to the next one. But afterwards, I saw him and said, "That was the funniest thing. I'm so sorry that I was laughing throughout that whole scene."
Your mascara must have been streaming down your cheeks.
And he said, "Well, it wasn't funny. It was very painful." And that was the first time I'd realised that actually when you're in one of these harnesses, if
Private
it gets a
personal
jerk,
pain.
it's not so bad if you're actually flying, but it's
Yeah.
the stopping and the starting that's,
Ooh.
And he was stopping and starting, up and down, up and down.
Oh, I feel it now.
Oh, yes, I do too. For a boy, not good.
Not great for
Not
girl
good.
either.
Not they? Yeah.
But I'm sure getting people to dress up as the Gestapo, pretending to be monks, flying in the bell tower, the Church of England must have a view on that somewhere. They probably got paid. The location fee.
Paid off to keep quiet.
paid off.
Who?
Well,
The Church of England.
That scene with the bell was all in a real, genuine bell tower in Norfolk.
Well, they'd have been paid a location fee.
Yes, but would you go to the Archbishop of Canterbury and say, is it all right if we hire out the bell tower to two people dressed up as the Gestapo in disguise as monks? I wonder if there's a thing in the charter.
Perhaps they weren't told quite the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We just like to do a little scene in your bell tower,
Yes.
and here's rather a lot of money.
Yes, and they probably watched it and went,
We agreed to that.
yeah, that's funny.
Very
Oh,
funny.
and Von Smallhausen flying up and down on the end of the rope, going, the bells, like Quasimodo.
But actually, it's not Quasimodo. This is a popular myth.
Oh, really?
The bells, the bells. He never said that. It was actually one of those Victorian melodramas called The Bells.
Well.
And Quasimodo never said the bells, the bells. I think he said
In the novel, he never says it.
bells made me deaf. Yeah, but he never actually said it. It's the bells. The
In the
bells
film,
is
I
from
was thinking, not in the novel. I was thinking in the film, but
Yes.
never said it in the film. Well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Freddie Jones. Do you remember Freddie Jones? Who's Toby Jones's dad. One of the great actors of our time. Freddie Jones did a revival of the bells at Greenwich once, and it was stupendous. Great Victorian melodrama done without sending it up, because they were quite extreme,
Yes.
Yes.
those scripts, and they did it absolutely straight, and it was magnificent.
Truthfully.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fun.
Freddie Jones was one of the great actors, but he was one of those people who just loved to work. And people said, why will he go and be in Emmerdale, and why will he do this and that? And he said, I love to work. And completely without sort of snobbishness about what he was doing. But he was a tremendous Shakespearean actor as well. Bet you didn't know that. I bet you did, Toby. Do you think Toby Jones is watching? We loved your dad. Don't look at me in that way, as if now you're off on one.
You are, and she's going to snore any moment.
And she's going, I hope you're going to clip that bit out. I probably will.
So, we have a lovely letter here. Well, at least I think it's lovely because it's particularly nice about me. And that's why these two have got me to read it. Because they said they don't want anything to do with it because they weren't complimented.
Boo.
Look at that.
Boo.
This is from Sophia in Hungary. And she says, Dear Kim, Guy and Richard, I'm a Hungarian teenage girl and I really love your videos. And I'm a huge fan. I discovered Allo Allo about a year ago thanks to my family, and I must admit it quickly became my favourite show. I laugh a lot during the episodes and the acting is simply brilliant. It's amazing how this series continues to live on across generations, even for younger audiences. The three of you are my favourite characters. Oh, there, you see, you don't need to...
We like you after all,
Yeah.
Sophia.
Yes, a bit.
Much better. The three of you are my favourite characters, especially Helga.
Boo.
Boo.
Thank you, Sophia. Who is such a kind-hearted and beautiful character and always helps whenever she can. I think that's why she's a favourite of so many young girls. Also, Kim is one of my favourite actresses. I truly love what you are doing by bringing this amazing old show back to life through your podcasts. I think they're being rude about me behind my back
Amazing
again.
old actress.
Amazing old show. I think she said.
I would be very happy for an answer because it means a lot to me. I sent a letter to you a few months ago, but I think maybe it's not arrived. It would be a dream to me if you answer. Best wishes, Sophia. Kolozar. I'm sorry, Sophia, I can't pronounce your
Have
surname.
another go.
Kolozar. Kolozar.
Sophia Kolazar. That sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sophia. That's a very nice letter, and we certainly reply by saying I'm so delighted that you're enjoying watching Allo Allo again and also listening to our podcast.
And we thank you too, a bit.
You should really have read it in a Zsa Gabor accent. Or Peter Lorre. He talk like me.
Oh yeah, well maybe you should read it in the Peter Lorre accent.
Yes.
Well,
Or,
you did sound a bit like von Smallhausen when you were trying to do Peter Lorre.
Oh, maybe that's what he was doing. And do you remember the little fiddle? Do you remember Danny Kaye doing the little fiddle?
No.
Hungarian accent.
No.
No, I don't. Oh, I loved Danny Kaye. He used
So
to make me
did I.
cry with laughter.
The little fiddle. Oh well.
Have my phone back. Thank
Well,
you.
now, Sophia, we have answered your letter. I have something interesting to say. You don't look surprised.
I'm all ears.
Because a lot of people say, do you think they'll ever make a series of Allo Allo? And when we'd done 90 episodes, people were still saying it. And they were contemplating doing a new series with the same actors, the same kind of setting, but in the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's the end of that conversation then, isn't
In
it?
fact, you talked about it a few pods
It's
ago.
not. It's not.
Oh
It's
no!
Yes,
Early
and-
onset dementia.
And we sort of we were talking about the idea of Madame Fanny being Madame Tussauds and
Madame
sitting there
Defarge.
Defarge.
knitting.
Yes.
knitting. Madame
Yeah.
Defarge.
But as I said, when you get to our age, you have an excuse for repeating yourself, don't you?
Yes.
But it would be quite fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think it would. I think
It would have been a brilliant
huge,
idea.
huge fun. And we should really think more about that and how
Well-
we would cast it. You know, who
Well,
would play.
maybe. Do you remember we were saying to our fans, what are we going to do when it gets to the end of this? What will we do? Maybe we should sketch out that idea of a sort of our characters, but in a French Revolution setting.
Wouldn't that be a funny idea?
Under the with the guillotine in the town square outside the cafe, or something like that. That would be fun.
Yes, it
wouldn't
would. It would. Well, we can start putting our minds to that.
Yes. And we've got Willing Spirits. We've got 5 episodes of Willing Spirits and a 6th that's nearly complete. Do you remember?
Yes.
We did a pilot. And you were in.
I was in the pilot. I played some person from Philadelphia, didn't I?
Yes.
Yep, you did.
Willing Spirits, this thing that we all worked on.
We all worked
And we've
on
made a pilot
in
of it.
what he wrote.
No, but we did a pilot of it. We've actually done a pilot. And it was about these people, this woman called Millie, who inherits a house that looks haunted. I mean, it's a massive Gothic pile. And she takes it on, and everybody who comes to it thinks it's haunted. But all the people who live there and the audience know it's not haunted. So each week it's a story about how people imagine something's haunted when it's not. So it's a sort of red herring.
It's a reverse, in reverse of what you would
Yes.
expect.
Yes.
Yes.
I do remember it was fun when we did the pilot.
But what we should do is, because you were in one episode, but
I
there
was
were
in
lots
one
of
episode.
characters. In other episodes, we should have just the same rep company playing all of the characters. We had Jan Francis, and we had Paddy, my son, playing the idiot handyman.
That's right.
That's right. And John, who played the butler.
John was the creaky old butler.
The head of everything was the
that.
creaky old butler.
Maybe we should put it out.
Why? Yes, because you must still have it.
I still have the pilot. Maybe we should release it as a podcast and see how much people like it.
We should.
I
we
think
should-
that's
yes,
a
we
really
should-
good idea
we
as an
should-
audio.
We should,
Yes.
We should just stress for the peasants that it was audio, not a visual.
Yes,
Yes.
but I think most people listen anyway. Most people are listening audio as opposed
Yes.
to watching.
No, but we described this comedy series that we'd done a pilot of, but it wasn't a pilot of a
Oh, I see
comedy
what you
series.
mean.
It was a radio.
It was a radio play.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I sent it to the BBC. This is how things are now. And I was told I could apply to go on a course. And
And learn to be funny.
yes, and I didn't get a place on the course. And I was going to go on this writing course to see how it works. And I was turned down for the writing course, and I don't think they even read the script. But all the people in the picture on the website looked about 15, you know. So it'd be quite funny to find out.
Yeah.
If any of you work for the BBC
Yes,
and
it's-
you received a pilot script of Willing Spirits, can you tell us why you didn't like it? Because we're going to play it and see if our peasants like it.
What a good idea.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What a
Brilliant.
cast, if I may
And
say
we've got,
so.
Maybe, well, we're coming towards the end of series 2, aren't we?
Yes.
And maybe the very final podcast in series 2,
Yes.
we could.
And we didn't
Release
mention Tom and
those
Miranda,
things.
your kids are in it.
Yes.
And my son Paddy was in it.
Yes.
And it was a lockdown. It was a lockdown project.
That's
we
right.
recorded
was
it on
lockdown.
Zoom.
We were all in our
Yes.
respective bedrooms,
Yes.
hiding under bedclothes for
Yes.
the damping of the sound,
Yes.
sending you the files. It was
You were
great
in
fun.
Chesham.
I was
Jan
in Chesham.
Francis was in Kent. You were here. I was in London. Paddy was in Brisbane.
That's right.
right.
I remember.
So he was
He was doing a movie.
12
wasn't he?
hours behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
How funny.
So we should air it.
Yeah, I'd
There you
like to
go.
hear it again.
Yes.
Peasants, you have something to look forward to.
Yes. Well, I think that might wind it up for this week.
I think.
I mean, there have been a couple of other nice letters.
Good.
Now, we've got another nice letter, and it is from Mike Taylor. And it goes, Dear friends, a brief line to say how much I'm enjoying your podcast. It's only served to make me love the show and the characters even more. As an amateur thesp, I really enjoy hearing the tales from behind the scenes. And since I'm thinking that I might direct the play next year, I wondered what tips you might offer the cast and the lowly director. With love and such happy memories listening to you as I mooch my pooch. Is that like mooching or scratching your
Scratching
dog?
his dog, is it?
Yes. So,
We can only hope so.
yes. Have you ever mooched your pooch?
Not recently.
I haven't mooched mine. So I wrote back to him and I said, Hi Mike, thank you for your lovely letter. So glad you're enjoying the pod. We're certainly having a lot of fun doing it. Or at least we pretend to. We pretend that we like each other.
It's called acting.
Yes. We have a lot of fun doing it. It brings back so many happy memories for us. That's a big question you ask about tips for performing. But if I have only one tip, I would say, always remember that your characters don't know they're in a comedy. To them, it's real life, so play it for the truth.
That's exactly what I would have said too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Me too. And the other thing I always say to people who ask for advice about amateur productions is enjoy it.
Yes.
Have fun, because it's an enormously funny play.
Yes.
And keep mooching the pooch.
Yes, keep mooching the food. But it's actually quite tough if you're doing an amateur performance because you might only do 5 shows. And we take a week or two to actually warm up and play a show in.
Yeah.
But,
Because that's one of the things about doing a funny show is that you have to be aware of the audience laughing and,
Yes.
and not talk over the audience laughing.
Yes.
Because then that stops people laughing, doesn't it? Because they think, oh, I missed the next bit that somebody said, so I better not laugh again.
that's right.
It's all part of timing.
But also it takes a few days to get over your nerves and relax into it and know which bits the audience go for. We get a lot of letters from people who are doing productions of Allo Allo, and we're always interested to hear. So, if you have any stories or if you want to tell us about your production, bearing in mind that we record them about sometimes a month to 6 weeks before they go out, if you've got a production coming up, let us know about it.
Yeah.
And we're only too happy to give it a mention.
And you know where to let us know, don't you? It is
pod@helgagruberflick.com. That's pod@helgagruberflick.com. Over and out. Well, I don't know about you lot, but I've had a great time.
Yeah, this has been very good.
It has.
Very
It was a
funny, yeah.
lovely episode.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it enormously.
And it's summer, and Kim's garden is looking divine, and her
It's lovely.
kitchen looks, as it always does, like a film set. And
It is a film set.
actually it is, you're quite right.
Lights, camera, action.
Yes.
It's a film set.
Yes. So, we'll be back next week. So,
Thank you.
Thank you, peasants.
bye.
Bye.
See you soon. So, if you have any questions,
For answers,
Or stories for
Kim,
Guy
or Richard,
contact us on
Helga.com.
pod@gruberflick.com.
That's pod@helgagruberflick.com.